Hi, welcome to In the Studio with Kate. I've caught myself the crud, is what I call it, nasty, cold, sore throat, crappy stuff. So excuse my voice. I haven't done as much this week, probably because of that. At least I'm going to use that as my excuse. I did pull out this painting and start playing with the figure of the wolf. I think it looks, right now, I think it's too small. Looks too much like a dog, but probably the next time I sit down and work on it, I'll move along a little bit further on it. I talked about last week all the things I would work on this week, and of course I hardly worked on any of them, which is the way sometimes it goes. I do have an idea for a painting that involves a horse, and a man on a horse and a woman, and I really don't know how to draw a horse. So probably a half a year or 6 months ago, Ivy Newport was doing a big sale on her classes. So she has a class called Spirit Horse. And so I bought it at the time, haven't even looked at it till this week. So I decided I was going to really take a look at the horse and see what I could learn from her class. So the very first thing that we did is we just did some gesture drawings, just getting familiar with the shape of a horse. So like this one's in charcoal, it's kind of smeared. And they're very simple, just, that one's kind of funky looking. That one turned out kind of nice. Looks like a cute little horse. There's another one in here. And then that one. So I just did a few of those. I will have to say, normally, a lot of times in classes when they do this, I just want to jump to the project. I don't want to do the pre-work, which is good for you. So this time I decided to do all that. So I started with the gesture drawings, and then we moved to a journal. And these horses are all done from reference pictures I found on the internet. Okay. This is the first one I did, was this guy, which, he was kind of good. And then I did this one. And it's sort of the way the shape of the horse, it sort of looks like a man with a horse head on him. But I think the horse turned out quite nice. Excuse me, I'm mostly using graphite or charcoal to render those. And then the next thing she had you do was take two watercolor paper and do horses with ink. So this one is done with just a little bit of India ink, mostly walnut colored ink. And so there's that one. It's just done on watercolor paper. And then the drips kind of, makes it look like he's got something dripping off his mouth, but that's okay. The next one I did, I started out, it's kind of a funky picture because all the horses, the hair that's between their ears was all over his face. So mostly I was just going to do it in India ink. But since this horse picture had lots of browns in it, I did India and the walnut ink together again. But he's kind of funny guy. But that was fun. I really enjoyed playing with the ink on the watercolor paper. And then, I think, what's the next thing? This isn't the next thing. This is something I did from a little YouTube video on how to draw a horse. And this little horse looks kind of cute, I think. Done in pencil first and then watercolor. I think I used Inktense pencils on that. The last thing that I've done with her class is some more gesture drawings on newsprint. let's see. This one I did too, side by side, just to use up some of the paper. I kind of like this one best. This one looks, I don't know. You always have favorites of things that you do. And then I tried to do 3 together. And they kind of look like Disney horses to me, like their eyes are kind of just plain and cute. So the more you do, the more you learn about the figure. That must have been, maybe it's the last one I did. It was yeah, that was the last one I did, because it was after that I really started getting sick. So I didn't really work on it anymore. But what I just wanted to share about that whole process is doing all of these examples of the multiple things of the horse. I think I got charcoal on my face. Multiple things on the horse. It's just letting me learn a little bit better about that figure. So when I'm still going to do some more of that before I actually attempt to do the painting that I want to do. It seems like the more I do of that, the more I'll understand things, the easier it will be to actually create the painting that I want to create, which I've put off for a lot of years because I kept telling myself, well, you don't know how to do a horse. How are you going to do that? I'll show a couple journal pages that I did this past week. I mean, this is just like a mother and a baby. It started with a scrap. You can see the line right here. It's just this scrap from another painting. And then this one was collage and decorative paper. And this piece in the middle is washi tape, a metallic washi tape. So I like how some of the glitter shows through. And I just look at this as like a sisterhood type thing. Anyway, so those are 2 pages that I've done. And then I've done Inktober, but I put all those pictures on my blog, so you can see them there if you wanted to see them. As to what I plan on doing for next week, I'm going to move further with horse drawing, so I'll probably have more to share with that, and actually work on the painting with the Native woman and the wolf. Hope to do a little bit more on that in this coming week, as long as I start feeling a little bit better. And then the other realization that I came away with was the painting that I did about the canal. It was sort of really, there was a struggle to make it, but it was very satisfying because it's a place that I go to and it's easily recognizable to me. So I decided that I'm going to do a series, maybe 3 paintings of different places that I go where I live, and do them all the same size. I think that'll be a lot of fun. So I'll probably be talking about that more in the coming weeks. So I hope you're all doing great. And if you've been working in your studio, I'd love to hear about it. But that's it for this week, and we'll see you next Friday. Bye.